that I am about to devour. Bless the hands that labored and prepared this food, Lord. Me, myself, and I. And Lord, I thank you. Amen. Whew. Excuse the noise of the fan, y'all. It's hot. Angus sirloin steak and baked potato. This is so good. Well, y'all see Dominique in the background there. Y'all know she just got to be in the video. But anyway. I made 2 baked potatoes because they're kind of small. First, I just put one on my plate for the video. I didn't want to seem like I'm greedy. But I said, forget that. I'm putting both of these on this plate. And I'm going to devour them. And they still seem so small. And this steak, I probably don't even need the knife. It's so tender. Let's just check it out. I got my steak butt on there. Oh yeah, it just comes apart. I like my steak tender, so I let it bake a little while longer. Girl, you did that. I cooked this steak out. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. This mukbang might not be that long, so this is about to be gone. So anyway, now I had to go to the DMV driver license plate, whatever they call it. I had to go there the other day because it's time to renew my driver's license, right? Ooh, this steak is good, y'all. I got it from Aldi, of course. I had to go renew my driver's license, though. I couldn't renew it online this year because the last time I renewed it online. And I think they don't let you do it twice in a row, or twice. So this time I have to actually go to the driver's license place. Yeah. It was like something off of a comedy show. Y'all know what I'm saying on Martin? When he go to the DMV? It was something just like that. It could have been a comedy show for real. They treat you like you a herd of cattle coming in there. What are you here for? You try to walk up and ask them a question, they cut you out before you can ask them. I'm glad you renew my driver's license. Main thing I'm concerned about now is that eye teeth. These eyes ain't what they used to be. I have prescription glasses, but I need some new ones because the prescription glasses, I see worse out of them than I do my readings. So my main concern was that eye test. So I got my driver's license, my present driver's license. I had my social security card. So I'm thinking, I'm good. First they tell you to sit down. My appointment was at 8:45 in the morning. Because I made my appointment online. Or booked the appointment. So when you got an appointment, I'm thinking, you know, it's gonna go smoothly. They wasn't accepting walk-ins because they say the appointments were booked. So they told all of us, go fill out this thing on this clipboard, have a seat. When you finish filling out, bring the clipboard back to her. So I go sit down, fill out the information sheet, take my clipboard back to the desk because they want it back. So other people can use it that's coming in. Sitting there, so I'm thinking, okay, they getting ready to call it. About almost an hour went by before they called my ticket number. Not because it was my turn. When they call my ticket number, they call your ticket number to go get in line, stand in line. So I'm standing in line. They call a group of numbers. And all those group of numbers go stand up and get in line. The line was going so slow. I was like in one spot for like, I don't know how long. So I was wondering like, why is this line going so slow? Baby. Finally, it's my turn. I get to the front, fill out my paperwork. Yes, I'm going to renew my license. I have my current license and my social security card. Hand it to her. I'm thinking I'm good. She said, okay, now I need to see a stamped copy of your birth certificate. Birth certificate? What? I said, my birth certificate? I said, no ma'am, I didn't bring my birth certificate. You know, I have my driver's license, my issued driver's license. It's a state issue one, it's not fake. You know, you have to show your birth certificate when you first get it. Which I first got it when I was 19 years old. She said, well, let me look. So I'm thinking, whew, she finna let me slide. So she looking at some on the computer. Well, no, unfortunately, that is one of the requirements. We need to see your birth certificate or a passport. I have neither one. I didn't even think that I would need to take my birth certificate. Because I got my driver's license. Usually they say you need 2 forms of identification. And it's usually your license and your social security card. And I almost started to think, oh, they making it hard for people on purpose. So she tells me what I can do. No, first she says, well, we are allowing you to go get it and come back, but it's not a guarantee that you'll get your place back in line because we are booked for the day. So it's not a guarantee if you want to go get it and come back. I said, ma'am, I gotta be at work. I can't go get it and come back. Okay, well, what I can do is reschedule your appointment. She goes online, clicking. So she reschedules me to come back again in 2 weeks. And mind you, the whole time we sitting out there before they called us to go stand in line, there are no signs saying you need this, this, and that. Make sure you have this and this and that. They don't come on the loudspeaker saying, if you're here to renew your driver's license, make sure you have this, this, and that. No, nothing. Because all the time I was sitting there waiting before they called us in line, I could have drove to my apartment, got my birth certificate, and been back because it took them so long to call our numbers. I was just frustrated and just drained the whole day because being at that place, It's frustrating and it just drains you. So I gotta go back in 2 weeks. So when I got home, I went online to look to make sure I have everything next time I go. It asks you on the form that you fill in, what's your father's last name? What's your mom's maiden name? Do you own a car that is required to be registered? Do you own a car that's required to have proof of liability insurance? So I'm thinking, okay, it's asking you all these questions. That's why it was taking the line so long to move. So I'm gonna have to have proof of my insurance on my car when I go back. Proof that I have had my car registered this year. Y'all, they don't tell you none of that stuff until you get right up there to the clerk. And even on the form, or when it's telling you the things that they accept for verification, it doesn't actually say you need to bring them. It just tells you all the forms that they accept. It don't say how many. It don't even tell you that they're gonna ask you for proof if you say you own a vehicle. So I'm just assuming, since it asks those questions, it's gonna ask you for proof if you say yes. So I got all that stuff together for the next time I go here. Home. If you're in the state of Texas and you're going to renew your license, make sure you got everything. It's crazy now. When I first got my license, well, that was many years ago, it was nothing like that. It almost seems like they purposely making it hard for you to get your driver's license, renew your driver's license. I don't get it. So they gonna let you sit out there all the time, let you stand in line all the time. The only sound you hear is the voice of the lady telling you, calling out your number to tell you to come stand in line until you get to the actual clerk. The people that's at the front directing you, telling you this and that. Oh, go check in this. Oh, you checked in this. They don't say, do you have this? Do you have that? They just tell you to hurry up and move your ass on out the way. That's all they tell me. And they talk so rude. Now, the lady who actually told me that I needed to have my birth certificate, she didn't talk rude. But those other ladies that worked out there in the front, them was some rude ass men. I mean, just the way they talk to you. Like you ain't even a person. So that was my experience at the driver's license festival. And I'm getting full. Whew. This big bread is so good. I'm trying to eat my steak up because this fan blowing on. It's drying out my juices. It's still super hot in Texas. And I usually don't like the cold. I'm actually ready for winter now. Oh. I have to let y'all know. I have to tell y'all what I seasoned my steak with. Because I didn't have my normal steak seasoning that I use. And I wasn't about to go back to my store. Y'all know what I use? And I'm gonna use that from now on. I'm gonna show y'all what I use. Ooh, that's good. Now, along with a generic brand of steak seasoning that I had that I usually don't use, but I used it this time because I didn't have my regular steak seasoning and I didn't have my Worcestershire sauce. This is what I use, y'all. Fanta orange soda and this gourmet dipping oil. Yep, because I usually pour a little Coke on my steak to make it tender. I ain't have no Coke. Y'all, I use Fanta orange soda. Yep, your girl did. And this gourmet dipping oil. This was in a little Easter gift that I got from CVS. It had a little bunny wrapped around it, and I think it came with a spoon for you to use for dipping oil. Baby, I poured it on this steak before I put it in the oven. I poured this Fanta orange a little bit on top of it. Not the whole can, still some in here. And I baked that steak out. And when I say this steak is well seasoned, this steak, I'm gonna use that from now on. Now I don't know where I'm gonna get some more of this. I'm gonna have to get another kind because this was an Easter thing CVS had. But I do got some cream. Okay, I'll cook some. Sweet. I was hungry, so it's gonna get ate. It'll get ate later. I was trying to get to the main course. Your girl. And I wish I would have made 3 baked potatoes. For my baked potatoes, I use the golden potatoes that I use when I make French fries. Same kind. This was not the whole steak. This was half of it. The other half is in the kitchen. This was a large steak. Black Angus sirloin, whatever they call it. If I went on camera, I would chew on this fat. Ooh. Oh, I'm chewing on the end. All I got my kale and my cucumber. I didn't eat today, y'all. I really ain't this greedy. I just haven't ate today. This was a delicious meal. Thank y'all for joining me in eating this meal. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Smooches.